So today's video I'm going to be talking about some of the problems you guys have involved in your health, training, nutrition, general well-being, etc, etc. So one of the problems that came across in my thread the other day was my mate Johnny said he's always sore after workouts. So I think if you're sore after every workout, I mean this is purely my opinion. It's not a good thing if you're sore after every workout. I mean, that's an indication that you're not recovering properly, or your recovery protocol is not where it should be. So, I mean, let's break it down a little bit. If you've had a long layoff from the gym and you start back, then inevitably you're going to be fucking sore. If you change your routine up and you start doing something different, then you're providing new stimulus to the body, and chances are you're going to be sore in the interim period, in the first few weeks maybe of doing a certain new thing. But if you're sore continually, week after week, session after session, then we need to look at your recovery protocol and what you're doing to recover. Now I know Johnny actually lifts really hard in the gym, and he grapples. He's a wrestler, so his training schedule's pretty full on. So that would have something to do with it. So first and foremost, let's cover Johnny's situation and then the general population situation. So for Johnny, if he's training multiple times a day, first and foremost he wants to make sure he's taking in adequate amounts of fast-acting carbs post-training in order to recover for his second session of the day. If you're training once a day, for everybody else, then it's not so important to have your carbs in the post-workout window. It's you can actually top up your glycogen levels over the next 24 hours. But if you're actually training again that same day, then it's advisable that you take in an adequate amount. I recommend around about 60 grams. Personally, I use hydrocarb from Genetic Supplements. It's fucking awesome and it tastes great. So that's just what I use when I'm in season. I'm playing basketball. I train 2 or 3 times a day. That really helps with the recovery for the whole body and giving me enough energy to train in the next session. Also, providing your body with adequate protein post-workout. Again, whey isolate hydrosolate is probably the best way to go because it's the most rapidly absorbing protein that you can get. These are just these are your foundations. They should just be come natural. These are the things you should be doing all the time. The next thing I would recommend for everybody as well is if you're training a particular muscle group, say for example legs, I would immediately post training just foam roll your legs 5-10 minutes post training, and then maybe do it again before bed on the night time. You also want to look at incorporating some mobility work into your sessions or into your weekly routine. This could be, a daily mobility session is the best way to go, spending 10 minutes before you actually do any physical exercise in the gym or outside in the park if you're going running or something like that. Perform some mobility exercises, which basically you're just going to open up all your joints, allowing for a greater range of movements in the session that's coming up. You don't want a static stretch before you train because your muscles are going to sort of be a little bit more elastic. They're not going to be as tense, which means you're not going to generate as much force, which means your performance is going to drop and actually makes the muscles weaker slightly, which you could be more prone to injury if you do that pre-training. So mobility work before training, static stretch. This is my opinion again. I prefer to static stretch after. There's research saying you don't need to static stretch at all. I just feel better. I know, if I've been contracting a muscle for an hour, then it feels nice to stretch those muscles out post training. These things are going to help with your muscle recovery. Again, post training, foam roll the muscle worked, and again before bed. Actually, before bed, foam rolling the whole body is a good way to go because it's gonna it's going to open everything up. It's going to get some blood flowing. It's going to relax the muscles, because you're going to be lying in fucking bed, lying in the same positions for 7 or 8 hours. So really loosening everything up before you go to bed is really going to be beneficial. Again, looking at a dietary point of view, post-training, to reduce muscle soreness, you want to look at how much processed foods you're probably eating during the day. If you're eating a lot of processed foods, it's not so good for flushing all the toxins and all the shit that's generated in the workout out of the muscle. So you want to try and include a lot of antioxidant-rich foods such as broccoli, blueberries, raspberries, that type of thing. Also, supplementing with antioxidant type stuff such as coenzyme Q10 is a good thing. Again, please, if you're going to do supplement with vitamin C, coenzyme Q10 and other products like this that are full of antioxidants that help the recovery process, don't take them post-workout. Like, leave a good 4 or 5 hours, I think it is, after you've worked out, because although they will help you recover quicker, if you take them too close to the workout period or the workout window, then you're actually reducing the adaptation response that you want to get during your training session. So I know I've fucking fired a lot of that information off, and I've just done this video on a whim, so I didn't really have so much structure to it. So let's just recap things that you can do to improve muscle soreness, or to alleviate muscle soreness on a regular basis. So before training, mobility work, 10-15 minutes. Post-training, 5-10 minutes static stretch, 10 minutes foam roll. Before bed, 10 minutes foam roll. You can also use a lacrosse ball as well. This is perfect in the chest areas and the shoulders, also in the piriformis and the arse. They're really good areas for the lacrosse ball. Again, post-workout, fast-acting carbs if you're training multiple times per day. If not, don't worry too much about that. Getting a good quality protein in post-workout, that's important. You can add some BCAAs in there as well, if that fits your regime. Antioxidant-rich foods and supplementation. This is really going to help get rid of the waste products that are inside the muscles from the workout, and just generally improve your health on a general basis. Other things that you can do to improve recovery and muscle soreness. Now, these things cost money, so that's up to you whether you can fit that into your budget. Getting a massage, that's really beneficial. If you can get one weekly or bi-weekly or whatever. I mean, if you have a particular area that is always a problem, like maybe the hamstrings or the chest or the front delts, which I mean, the chest is one of my bad areas, and the hips. If you can get a massage on that every now and then, that's really going to help and keep that at bay. Cryotherapy chamber. Now, I've not tried this, but I know it's a very popular recovery technique. A lot of boxers are using it. I mean, a lot of pro athletes use it. I've not tried it yet. I want to try it. I know there's one in Liverpool, the cryotherapy centre. So, you spend I think it's 3 or 4 minutes in a chamber that's minus 165 or something like this. So it's fucking cold. It's shriveled up nuts and all that. Carry on. But yeah, I mean, these things cost money. So, I mean, but first and foremost, antioxidant-rich foods, and get your recovery protocol sorted for post-workout with your foam roll, lacrosse ball, mobility work, stretching. And again, if your problem persists, then you're probably going to have to look at you maybe done some internal damages. There's a slight tear maybe somewhere. You're going to have to go and get that checked, because you shouldn't be sore after every session. That's the main take-home point. I hope that made sense. I fucking went off on a bit of a tangent halfway through there and numerous times since. So let me know if this has helped you guys. Feel free to comment in the box below. And again, if you want to abuse me, fucking go ahead. See you later.